Since the dawn of humanity, we've been asking questions. Why is the sky blue? When will Dad return with the milk? Why is Costco so mean to nuts? Griffin! And is the cure to male loneliness piloting an armored core?
50%.
Armored Core 6 Shadows of Rubik's Cube is a game where you play as a Michael Bay-era Transformer, with the goal of liberating Cybertron from the evil Decepticons.
Dear God. It's a robot. You know, like a super advanced robot. It's probably Japanese.
As I'm typing up this script, my only knowledge is that this game is made by Dark Souls, and it's about big robots. By the way, I'm officially copywriting Shadows of Rubik's Cube as of 11:28 a.m., August 24th, 2023, the date of me writing this script. Content. Some idiot on an image board website that will not be named made the baseless claim that Armored Core 6 only had 15 hours of content. A disheartening claim, to be sure, but my constituents and I held out hope. Upon the game's release, we quickly realized that this fool was just that, a fool. At the time of writing this review, I have over 50 hours in the game. Spread across 3 playthroughs, that's, yeah, that's not 15 hours. And I'm not even done playing. I'm gonna keep playing it for a bit longer. This game has so much for you to do. As I already mentioned, there are multiple endings, but these come along with New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus. There's new missions, new weapons, modifications to existing missions, dialogue changes. I could go on for a little bit longer. You can even replay missions to get a rank based on your performance, with an achievement for getting an S rank in every mission. The experience of fighting a boss that previously filtered you and absolutely slaughtering it is so unbelievably rewarding. Whoa, hold on. That's a word I've never seen before. Well, lucky you, dear viewer, as I will now explain. Filter. Filter, referring to or labeling a noun. Filtering or filtered as a verb. The term filter is applied to a task or function of some piece of media that would prevent certain individuals from proceeding to enjoy the media without learning a necessary skill or simply getting better at the aforementioned task. Filter is often applied to difficult bosses in video games, creating a clear divide between those who have and have not defeated said boss, though the term is not reserved exclusively for boss fights. Example: "Aw man, I just can't beat Balteus in Armored Core 6. That fight is such a filter." Or, "Wow, I can't believe every single iFunny user is getting filtered by fucking Balteus, Lamau." With that out of the way, you should know that this game has a lot of filters. It's a FromSoft game after all. Armored Core 6 will not hold your hand. You will not progress through some sections until you learn a core game mechanic or simply get good enough at the game to ignore it. Le gameplay. Armored Core 6 is mission-based. You sortie into missions, you do your task, and you leave. Between missions, you can buy parts and mod your AC, give it a new paint job, I don't know. I made my AC look like Optimus Prime.
The Optimum Prime! Fucking inang yan, Optimum Prime!
Missions give you money, money buys hardware. This is not a hard system to understand. Don't want to do missions? That's okay, go fight in the arena. The arena is virtual combat, meaning you fight a dumbed-down AI version of real characters in the game. Finishing missions in campaign will unlock new arena missions. Believe me when I say, the arena is one of the most fun things I have ever played in my life. The atmosphere is perfect, the fights are fun and challenging. Okay, well, they get hard after, like, C rank, but you get the idea.
Okay, I'm a big dumb idiot and I forgot to say something. I'm recording this, like, several days later, and also my nose is stuffy. I forgot to talk about OS chips. When you win in the arena, your reward is these things. You spend them to buff certain aspects of your mech or unlock certain abilities.
You can also do these little tutorial things where the game shows you some key concepts and rewards you with free parts. If you're a psychopath like me, you avoid doing tutorials in those games, but trust me when I say these tutorials aren't that bad. Plus, free stuff! Come on, Some of the stuff the game teaches you is pretty helpful too, like the functions of certain weapons and body parts, the effective ways to combine parts for certain combat situations. Speaking of, let's talk about Le Combat. This game is fast. Sure, you could slap some tank treads under your little fella and carry 4 artillery cannons into a fight, but why would you do that to yourself? That's lame. You're lame. Being good at combat in this game means understanding the abilities of your weapons, the strengths and limitations of your AC's components, and your own skills. More importantly than any gun you could slap onto your robot is your ability to pilot the thing in the first place. Quick boosting is Soulsborne rolling, but without those precious iframes. Assault boosting lets you close distances or just get from A to B really fast. You can jump and fly around a little, but some builds are better than this than others. This is because of a little bar down here, your energy bar. No energy, no boost, no flying. I'll get back to this bar when I talk about building your AC. Guns. The guns in this game are cool as fuck. Each hand gets a weapon, so do both of your shoulders. Shoulder weapons generally hit a little harder than hand weapons, but you can really do whatever the hell you want. If you have really devious plans, you can replace shoulder weapons with weapon bays and slap a spare hand weapon onto your back. The shoulder shooty button instead will swap your active weapon with your stored weapon. While on your back, stored weapons will reload its ammo or recharge. This can lead to some especially nasty combos, and I would recommend screwing with them because they're really fun. Every gun in this game is either kinetic or energy. Energy weapons will strain your generator a little bit more and need to recharge between shots. Some can be overcharged to deal extra damage, and most of them can overheat if you shoot too fast. Kinetic weapons are good old-fashioned explodey things. Bullets, bombs, whatever the fuck. Shoot a bunch, reload, very minimal generator strain. Kinetic is based. Sure, energy is cool. I have yet to meet a man who can outsmart a bullet. There's also melee weapons. Sun Tzu once said, "In a big robot game with machine guns and cannons, nothing is more badass than getting in some poor fucker's face and slicing them in half with a laser sword." The primary use of melee weapons, as well as their intended purpose, is to give PTSD to MT squads. The few survivors, that is. However, completely by accident, melee weapons ended up working really effectively against ACs. Keep in mind that some people on the internet might call your build dumb or ineffective if you don't put a Zimmerman in each hand. These basement-dwelling goblins seethe at the idea of you having fun in Armored Core 6 because they received little to no love from their parents as they grew up. Melee is fucking awesome, and legitimately very effective if you understand your weapon's strengths and weaknesses. Don't be afraid to practice something new if you think it's cool, and keep in mind that it may take a while for you to adjust to new weapons. But where are you gonna put these weapons? Le Robot Building. Your AC has 7 main parts: head, body, legs, arms, generator, FC, and booster. Every part has a weight and an energy cost. Your generator produces energy for your parts as well as filling your energy bar. Boosters make you go fast. Some are better for hovering, some for quick boosts. You get the picture. FCs are fucking useless. I think it's supposed to help with targeting or something like that, but I've never noticed a difference. Your arms need to be strong enough to carry your weapons. Your legs need to be strong enough to carry the weight of your entire AC. You can be bipedal, reverse jointed, a tetrapod, or even a fucking tank. Tanks can hold the most weight, but are the slowest. Tetrapods can hover in the air and carry a pretty decent amount of weight. Bipedal is, normal. And reverse jointed is super lightweight and thus really fast. Reverse joints also have better quick boosts than any other leg. Your head and body mostly just offer defense. I'm sure they affect something else important, but I never paid attention to it and I beat the game, so, you know. Less story. I can't say much here without spoiling, so I'll go quick. You play as a cripple. Almost every Armored Core pilot gets a special surgery to better interface with their AC. Different generations of these surgeries exist, with older gens being less good. You pitiful little thing, are Augmented Human C4621, a Generation 4. Gen 4 is very outdated, and it's generally accepted among the community that 621 is a freak of nature. This would explain why you never say anything.
Got 13 sound off. Good enough.
Most pilots in this game are newer gen augments. They can talk, act like normal, and generally don't have schizophrenia. The game opens with you and your handler, a fellow named Walter, illegally entering the planet Rubik's Cube 3. You're gonna be a mercenary for cash. Your personal goal is to get enough cash to reverse the AC surgeries, and Walter is there to get jobs for you. You know, since you don't talk.
Good enough.
Keep in mind that Walter technically owns you. He's sending you on these missions against your will. Rubik's Cube is filled with a silly resource called coral. Your generic sci-fi material, coral is a source of near-infinite energy. There's nothing weird about coral. It's just fuel. And a drug. The discovery of coral resulted in the planet getting swarmed by corporations looking to mine the stuff. This is perfect for you. Several corporations, as well as the natives of the planet, will give you a shit ton of money to do dirty work for them, such as blowing stuff up and slaughtering people. Le factions. While on Rubik's Cube, you'll have to deal with a few groups of interest. Balaam and Arquebus are the main two corporations. RAD are a bunch of crackheads who smoke coral and build MTs. Baus is like RAD if they didn't do drugs. Also, they make tetrapods. The Rubicon Liberation Front are a bunch of hippies that want the corpos to go away. They also worship coral for some reason. The Institute doesn't exist anymore, but they invented weapons of mass destruction before disappearing. The two corps each have a squad of elite AC pilots that you'll be dealing with the entire game, sometimes as friends, sometimes as foes. The Balaam Red Guns are a crew of patriotic sociopaths that LARP as the TF2 soldier.
Heard the good news from Walter, did you? Good. Sit your ass down and listen. Attention, all independent mercenaries! The objective is to destroy their lifeline and make those sacks of shit beg for mercy. I'll be sending two good-for-nothing maggots from the Red Guns, Gun 4 Volta and Gun 5 Iguazu. You're just gonna be tagging along on ass-wiping duty.
The Vespers belong to Arquebus and are exclusively psychopathic murderers, except for Rusty. Rusty is my friend.
Hey there, buddy. Got a request from Arquebus for you.
And yes, I had to Google the difference between psychopaths and sociopaths for this comparison. They are different.
This is V2 Snell, leader of the Vesper's second squad. I will chair the briefing for this mission. This is an operation of my own design. Consider it a privilege to be called to participate.
Final review. The only other FromSoft I've played are Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring. Now, I gotta admit, I was pretty bad at those games. Armored Core 6 is not an easy game, but holy hell is it fun. It does at times feel like a From Software game. I don't mean that in a good way, but this game does have many more positives than negatives. A few missions here and there feel a little rushed, and sometimes having 4 voices in my ear while I'm trying to fight a hard boss makes me want to kill myself. The drastic shift from a super easy mission to a boss so unreasonably difficult it takes you multiple real-life days is a little jarring. I don't know how to explain it, but some of the bosses feel artificially difficult, meaning the skill required to beat the boss isn't because of clever design, intricacy, or interesting quirks to be learned, but instead are a result of frame-perfect input reading and annoyingly timed attacks, RNG, and disorientingly fast movements, and filling the screen with too many particles to see. A good fight doesn't feel like you're up against a robot with 10 times your reaction speed. It feels like I'm up against a person who's just better than me. You can pick up on their tells, their weaknesses, and formulate a way to subvert them, like a puzzle almost. I'm sure From Software fanboys are going to be livid at this, but I just don't agree that hard equals good 100% of the time. Now, don't get me wrong, This game is incredible most of the time. The visuals and the acting, the storytelling all come together perfectly to build one of the best atmospheres in a game I've seen in forever. Almost every mission and almost every boss in this game is super cool and fun throughout. I wouldn't have played the game 3 times for each ending if I didn't like it. Good fights in this game leave me feeling like I have accomplished something, bettered myself as a person. Hard fights, but fun fights. But just a small handful of missions leave me more thankful that it's over, and dreading having to do it again for another run. Altogether, I'm going to give War Crime Simulator 6 Shadows of Ramadan 7 Gun 5 Iguazus out of 10. It is worth the price. I never once wanted to refund this game. Sure, it's up there with the cost, but you get what you pay for with this game. This game will spank you raw and dare you to come back for more, but it sure as hell is worth the effort.
Holy shit, you made it to the end of this video. That is kind of crazy. What are we at, like 16 minutes? That's fucking weird. Thanks for watching the whole thing. I really appreciate it. This was really weird for me. This is the longest video I have ever made. Probably the most serious video I've ever made too. I know there was a lot of bits in it, but like, you know, it's like a game review. It's kind of like a normal YouTube video. I don't really know what the baseline is for normal, but I'm just kind of talking at this point. I want to thank Accursed Bone Collective for agreeing to give me money every month, and by telling you that you can do the same. There's a little join button right under this video in every video, I think. And for the low price of 99 cents, you, I don't know, you can be better than everyone else. There will be better tiers in the future that actually give real stuff. But for now, if you're giving me money, I'm gonna say your name in every video. Again, Accursed Bone Collective, coolest motherfucker alive, first person to give me money. That's easy S-tier human being in my book. Thank you one more time for watching this YouTube video. If you thought it was cool, spank the like button. Say some random garbage in the comment section that has nothing to do with anything. That would help me out. Subscribe. Did I say that yet? You should. I'd appreciate it so much. You don't even have to hit the bell if you don't want. Just hit the... just subscribe anyways. Yeah, I want to make more serious videos. I want to make more. This was super fun. The goofy little meme edits are fun and all, but I enjoyed this a lot more, even though it took multiple months to make. It's not even multiple months worth of effort, it's just there's like a solid few weeks that I didn't work on it. But I got some motivation here at the end, and I got it done in like 4 days, the little bit that was left, so. We're grooving, we're gonna make more videos like this, thank you very much again. Why is Costco so mean to nuts? Did I just fucking hit my water bottle? You gotta be shitting me. As I'm typing up this script, my only knowledge is that it is a game made by Dark Souls, and it's about big robots. As I'm typing up this script, my only knowledge is that the game is made by Dark Souls, and it's a... Fucking shit. As I'm typing up this script, my only knowledge is that this game is made by Dark Souls, and it's a... Fuck, why is this so hard?
That's what she said.
Your energy produces Lamau. Your energy produces energy. I have yet to meet man who can